Hello, this is my action research on using technology to teach child development. The abstract. There is a problem with having professional development opportunities to learn about technology for family and consumer science teachers. The purpose of this study is to explore FACS teachers' comfort levels using Web 2.0 tools before a professional development conference to learn how to use and implement them into the classroom. The Web 2.0 tools wanting to be explored were Animoto, Prezi, Blogster EDU, Wordle, Tuxedo, Google Sites, and Google Blogger. Participants also had the opportunity to add their own. A survey was created using SurveyMonkey.com and was emailed to FACS teachers teaching in Northwest Ohio. Action research as well as mixed methods was used to analyze the data. Teachers' comfort levels varied per Web 2.0 tool. The biggest factor that prevents the participants from using Web 2.0 tools is the lack of time and lack of skill on how to use them. The problem statement. While family and consumer sciences teach life skills needed for success, the FACS profession is lacking the technological knowledge to teach these classes in the changing, fast-paced world around us. According to the Ohio Association for Teachers of Family and Consumer Sciences website, as of February 27, 2013, 17% of the FACS teachers in the state of Ohio are under the age of 29 years. 33% of the FACS teachers in the state of Ohio are between the ages of 30 to 49 years old. That leaves the remaining 50% of the FACS teachers in the state of Ohio over the age of 50 and close to retiring. With many FACS teachers over the age of 30, most of them have trouble keeping up to date with technology when they are trying to juggle teaching their different classes, being a club advisor, and their own personal family life. Some schools and teachers are stuck in their traditional ways of teaching using paper and pencil. Teachers also have trouble staying up to date with the latest technology and having to take time to learn about technology. With so many Web 2.0 tools available to use, FACS teachers need a way to learn about these tools and how to incorporate them into their classroom. Web 2.0 is a collaborative, interactive internet where individuals can easily share, create, and contribute to global conversations. One of the main reasons that teachers are resistant to instructional change is the lack of professional development. There is a professional development OPFACS conference for FACS teachers that are held for 2 days that includes the newest trends in the profession. While attending FACS professional development seminars, many of the teachers acknowledge that they don't know how to use new technology that is coming out on a daily basis. The teachers are very overwhelmed with all the new technology coming out. Although new technology is difficult for many teachers to incorporate into their instruction, Drexler, Bartlett, and Dawson mentions that there is a Web 2.0 consortium, which is a wiki that was put together for teachers to share their knowledge about emerging technologies. This helped the teachers that participate because they all contributed to the Web 2.0 consortium as they introduced at least one tool to students during the school year. Research shows that pre-K through 12 students have embraced Web 2.0 tools and are already actively using these tools outside of the classroom. More than 55% of all online American youth aged 12 to 17 use online social networking sites. Having students use Web 2.0 tools in the classroom will help them to demonstrate their own personal passions, interests, and knowledge. With this being said, it would be very powerful to include what students already know about Web 2.0 tools in the classroom. It is our ever-changing world and technology that is reshaping what it means to be a family, an individual, and how we express ourselves. We need to do this by incorporating technology and the internet into the classroom. More specifically, we need to start using Web 2.0 tools in a more effective manner. Using Web 2.0 tools is a movement toward new forms of user engagement supported by web-based tools, resources, services, and environments. Basically, Web 2.0 tools get the world to collaborate and share ideas. Using Web 2.0 tools would help assist students in making connections with what they already learned. Like in life, the trouble with using Web 2.0 tools is time. The time it takes to learn the new technology ourselves, and the time it takes to teach students to use the technology in the right manner. As FACS teachers, we have to jump into the mainstream society and include Web 2.0 tools in our classroom. Can we get students to be more engaged and interested in their learning using Prezi, Animoto, Extra Normal, Blogster EDU, and many other Web 2.0 tools? How far are we willing to jump into mainstream society to include Web 2.0 tools into our classroom? Do not come up with excuses on why there shouldn't be a use of Web 2.0 tools in the FACS classroom. After all, they are mostly all free or relatively low in cost. The purpose of this study is to explore FACS teachers' comfort levels using Web 2.0 tools before a professional development conference to learn how to use and implement them into their child development classroom. Teachers will view how to use various Web 2.0 tools in their classroom via Google Sites. To do this, the following research questions will be explored. Operational definitions of the variables used in the study are defined in the table. This study is important to me because after going to professional development conferences for FACS, I have come to the realization that many FACS teachers do not know how to incorporate various Web 2.0 tools into their classroom. While at conferences, there is not time given to teachers to actually use the tools themselves. The internet at the hotel sometimes gives the prisoners difficulties, and the prisoners themselves cannot dedicate 45 minutes for the tool themselves. Therefore, FACS teachers might hear about Web 2.0 tool and would like to incorporate it into their classroom, but they forget all about the tool once they leave the conference, or they put it on the back burner since everything is working fine for now and they were not actually shown how to use the tool, or did not have an opportunity to practice using the tool. Action research was used in this study because information was collected to create professional development opportunities and lesson plans for FACS. This research study also used mixed methods with a concurrent design. It is mixed methods because quantitative instrumentation was used during the closed questions in the survey. It is also mixed methods because qualitative instrumentation was being used during the open-ended questions. The participants in this study were all family and consumer science teachers, 8 in total, in Northwest Ohio. Since the FACS teachers live all over Northwest Ohio, the study used a sampling method of convenience because they were easy to access by sending an email of the survey. The first two questions in the survey provided demographic information. The demographic information is shown in the table. All FACS teachers were females, and majority were over 40 years old and older. The majority of the participants teach healthy living at the high school level, though there is not much difference between the number of teachers that teach the other classes as well. The instrumentation and procedures. Data from this study were collected through a survey. An 8-question survey was created using SurveyMonkey.com. The survey was sent out once via email to family and consumer science teachers in Northwest Ohio, asking them about their comfort levels of using Web 2.0 tools in their classroom. The choices for the Web 2.0 tools were Animoto, Prezi, Blogster.edu, Wordle, Tuxedo, Google Sites, and Google Blogger. The participants also could add their own. The survey was then analyzed and the data were collected using descriptive survey methods. The results. Descriptive statistics was used to analyze the data for each research question. Questions 1 and 2 were used for demographic information. To answer research question number 1, do teacher comfort levels differ across technological tools? Questions 3 through 7 were asked. The participants were asked about their comfort level using Web 2.0 tools. Question 3, shown in the table, were asked the participants of the Web 2.0 tools listed, which ones do you know how to use and feel comfortable incorporating into the FACS curriculum that you teach? They could select all that applied. 12.5% of the participants said they know how to use and feel comfortable incorporating Wordle, Tuxedo, and Google Blogger. 25% of the participants know how to use and feel comfortable incorporating Animoto and Blogster.edu. 50% of the participants know how to use and feel comfortable using Prezi. Majority of the participants feel comfortable incorporating Google Sites into their FACS curriculum. Question 4 asked participants of the Web 2.0 tools listed, which ones do you know how to use, but don't necessarily feel comfortable with incorporating into the FACS curriculum that you teach? Participants felt like they know how to use but don't necessarily feel comfortable using Wordle, Tuxedo, and Blogster.edu in their classroom. 25% of the participants know how to use Animoto, Prezi, and Google Sites but don't necessarily feel comfortable incorporating them in lessons. Most of the participants feel that they know how to use Google Blogger but don't necessarily feel comfortable using the Web 2.0 tool in their classroom. Of the 8 participants, 3 also put none when asked to please specify when they choose other. Participants were then asked, why don't you feel comfortable incorporating the Web 2.0 tools from question 4 into the FACS curriculum? Most participants indicated they do not feel comfortable using Web 2.0 tools because they are unfamiliar with them or feel their students may not use them in a school-appropriate way. Question 6 asked participants of the Web 2.0 tools listed, which ones do you not know how to use and are not incorporating into the FACS curriculum that you teach? One participant selected other and wrote none. 25% of the participants said they don't know how to use and don't incorporate Google Sites into the FACS curriculum. 37.5% of the participants said they do not know how to use and are not incorporating Prezi into their FACS curriculum. 50% of the participants said they do not know how to use and don't incorporate Animoto, Glogster EDU into their FACS curriculum. In a three-way tie, participants don't know how to use or don't incorporate Wordle, Tuxedo, or Google Blogger into their FACS curriculum. According to question 7, teachers would like to know more about Web 2.0 tools. Question 7 asked participants among Animoto, Prezi, Glogster, EDU, Wordle, Tuxedo, Google Sites, and Google Blogger which tool would they like to learn more about. 3 participants were not as interested learning about Animoto as a few of the other Web 2.0 tools. 4 participants were interested in knowing more about Glogster EDU, Wordle, and Google Sites. 5 participants were mostly interested in knowing more about Prezi, Tuxedo, and Google Blogger. Research question number 2, why do teachers not include Web 2.0 tools in their classroom, was answered using question number 8. Participants were asked what they thought were the biggest factors that prevent them from using Web 2.0 tools in their FACS curriculum. One participant chose other and stated that she uses the iPad on a daily basis and tries to use the internet and apps as much as possible. One participant said they lack knowledge on how to operate a computer themselves. 25% of the participants said they lack computer or internet access at their school. 3 participants said they lack appropriate lessons to incorporate Web 2.0 tools into their classroom. 5 participants said they lack skill on how to use the Web 2.0 tools themselves. Majority of the participants said they lack time as why they don't include Web 2.0 tools into their classroom. Overall, the findings suggested that teacher comfort levels do differ across technological tools. Teachers have trouble staying up to date with the latest technology and lack skill on how to use Web 2.0 tools. The limitations. For the quantitative research questions, internal validity issues could be that majority of the participants knew the researcher and could have responded in a way that they think will please the researcher. Another internal validity issue came about in the fact that there was such a small number of respondents that if there had been more participants, the data could have been different. External validity might have been affected because only 8 participants responded and took the survey that was emailed out, and researcher can't generalize from the sample to another school sample. The participants that were surveyed were only FACS teachers. Other teachers might have more time to use Web 2.0 tools in their classroom because they don't teach as many courses as FACS teachers do. The recommendation. After this survey was taken, an idea for putting together a professional development Google site for FACS teachers will be put into place. The Google site will first start with resources for child development showing fellow FACS teachers on how to use various Web 2.0 tools and lesson plans provided to use for their own classroom. More lessons for other FACS curriculum will be put onto the site. Once the site is put together, a link to FACS teachers in the state of Ohio will be notified of the site at the OFACS conference, and an email will be asked to be sent out at the state office. Once lessons have been made, future action research could be done to see if using Web 2.0 tools in the classroom has an effect on student learning. Here are the references I used during this research.